Hello, thank you very much for tuning into this section of reads. This should be viewed on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca, just to be sure that's where you're seeing it. If you're not, let me know, or, go to YouTube to make sure you're getting the right one. Also, I am doing in-person readings in Herkimer, New York. If you're near there, go ahead and shoot me an email. I'll give you more details. The dice and decks that I'm using, that information should be below. Other than that, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. And now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning in this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Aquarius? Okay. The current energy should be a win coming in. Is it a small win? A small win? I feel like I feel like this is going to be one of those readings, kind of like, just so you know. I feel like it's one of those readings. Because it does feel like there's a small win here. So something is, I wasn't expecting it, or there's a small win. What is this going on here? Because the energy is like, I'm looking back, and I feel like when I met this energy, or when I started with it, it came in really fast. But I don't know that there was a win. Judgment in your favor. Page of Fire. Kind of like, I feel like it kind of was going the direction you wanted it to, but I don't feel like it was sustainable. It's coming in like this, which is telling me it came in, it kind of was moldable to the way you wanted to do things, but it didn't stay, but it was judgment in your favor. And I think it's coming back again. So it seems to be coming back again. And it's like, it's a successful moment, but I kind of feel like it's a small win. Because you got a lot of uncertainty around it. There's a lot of uncertainty around it, because it's kind of like, I want to work on this. I want to stabilize this, but I don't know that this situation can offer me that. Because when it comes in again, it's kind of like, it just seems to show up out of nowhere. It's the Two of Wands, which is a quick decision that doesn't really hold a long time. It's kind of like, deciding I'm going to go out to eat tonight and just picking a place. It's kind of like that, in my opinion. Like the Two of Wands is a quick decision. It doesn't seem like it holds a lot of effect long term, in my opinion. Sometimes it's just a quickly made decision. Depends on what's going on around it. And I'm getting this other card. The success here, though, is I'm happy to see it. And it does feel good. Like, I'm getting this card. Like, it's a wonderful moment. I like it. I feel like I'm doing really good with it. It's really positive. But what the problem is that I don't know what to do with it. In the sense of, like, I'd like to keep it, and I can't seem to do that right now. It reminds me of, like, traveling for business and then meeting somebody you'd like to date while you're traveling for business, and then you're like, well, I gotta go home. I gotta go home. And it's kind of like, I feel like a long-term relationship is not really what I'm looking for. That's just an analogy. It doesn't have to be that. But, like, that's how this feels. It's like, I like it, but I just can't keep it right now. And I really don't like that. I really, really don't like that. But, I mean, you're Aquarius, and I know that. So you're thinking it out, and you're thinking of possibilities, and maybe you are seeing some options, but maybe not realistic options. And it's kind of like this person, if it's a person, they fly in and out, and maybe it's not the first time you've seen this person, for example. It's just an analogy. Maybe it's not your first time around with this, but the Wheel of Fortune keeps playing into here, and it's just like, I can't stabilize this. I want to. And you're willing to, you're looking, and I feel like I'm not seeing any options that are really doable. None that are realistic for where you want to be in life. So this whole thing, whatever this part of the situation is, it might be setting you up for a bigger question mark later on down the line. Okay. Because the Ace of Wands is showing up. The Moon card. And then the Queen of Fire reversed, which is interesting. So the Queen of Fire reversed is telling me, I don't think you're in control of this. And I also see, like, the Moon card showing up because, like, there's a lot more questions than answers here. Another possibility comes in. It almost feels like another version of the same story starts playing. And I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like do I even realize it? I feel like I'm addressing it. But the thing is, if I just kind of go with the flow, nothing is going to progress. And I feel like that's a problem in this situation. I just don't think it's serving you. But there's another option. Enjoy what you're going to enjoy with this Ace of Wands, whatever that is. But it's kind of like, why is this feeling so familiar? Why have I played this out before? And whatever goes on here, what is the part that leaves me wanting more or wanting something different or wanting something better? The whole point of this reading, if it's hitting, is they're trying to bring to the forefront that something here is not working for you. And you have a different way of handling things that you're just not uncovering. I feel like I'm just not looking at the situation close enough, and I'm not putting in that effort to kind of look at it going, you know what, I don't really think this is working for me. What options do I have? Because you do have them, but I don't see you focusing on them. Unearthing them, if you will. Life can go through a whole new change. Life can go into a whole new possibility. But there's to make a decision here. Whatever this subject in life is, I just feel like it's in this loop. It's in this loop. It just keeps happening. It's just this loop. It's loop, this loop, this loop. And they're saying, you got to choose something different if you don't like what's going on here. And it's the weird thing is it's almost benign. It's like, it's not, I don't feel like I'm addressing it like I like it or I don't like it. I feel like I'm addressing it like, well, this is just what happens. I feel like that's how I'm looking at it. Well, this is just what happens. If you come to the point where you come to the point where you look at this for what it is, I honestly feel the way this reading is coming through, it's like once you acknowledge it internally and you get to that baseline, whatever this repetitious pattern is, it's going to be more and more difficult to keep making those decisions, to keep doing it. So maybe, for example, you're in a dating pattern where you date the person that you just feel like is the safe person. Oh, I cringe that I'm saying this. And you date them for a while, and then they get boring, and you're like, well, it was good for a while, it lasted, and then it just kind of moves on. What about these people turns out to be boring? And what makes them safe? Versus other people, what's making them not safe? Are there other people you're attracted to, but something happens and you're like, oh, I don't think that's safe for me? Do you feel like you're physically not safe, you're monetarily not safe, or you're emotionally not safe? Like somebody might step on your heart if things don't work on the way you want them to work on. The way the current energy is going, I feel like they're saying it could go better. But the way the current energy is going, I feel like I'm just stagnant in this situation that just seems to be very lackluster. It's like living in a world that's completely gray and void of color, is how it feels to me. And only when you kind of step back and look at it in a different light will you realize that you're really not satisfied with this. Which ironically, for Aquarius, it's not for, all signs don't work this way, but I feel like for you, this is how this is going to work. Once you dig down deep and you start pulling it apart, those decisions that are keeping you in this energy will just be harder for you to make. It's kind of like, I don't want to go with that one because I know I'm going to get bored of them. I know it's not going to last, and why am I bothering with that? Like, I have friends I can go to dinner with. Why do that? Like, you know, and I have friends I know long enough that I would enjoy dinner better with them. It's just, I have this romantic component that I know I'm going to get bored of that's not going to last. Why am I doing that? And I feel like it's harder to do that. And then I go towards other people that are more interesting to me. And then I am like, all right, this is a little nervous, but I feel like I slowly start raising it to my own comfort level. I raise it to where you're going to raise it to where you're comfortable to, but it can get you out of this energy. I feel like that's what this overall reading is about. There's energy here that I feel like is stagnant or stale and is kind of bringing your life down. And maybe you're not addressing it. But I feel like when you step back and look at it, you're like, yeah, that's why life seems like it has lackluster right now. Maybe this is why it doesn't feel like things are quite right for me. This is the subject I got to kind of work on. This is the subject I need to kind of change. And then I can bring in a little bit more flavor, light, and color and enjoy life a lot more. Take it with a grain of salt. It's a general read, I know. But they're saying you don't have to accept this. And the first step and what will actually change it is just literally addressing it internally, because you'll just naturally start moving yourself in the right direction for you, whatever you determine that to be. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.